It all appears to be a strange, cosmic play of the one supreme self at the deepest level of existence, joyfully taking on the costume appearance of forms, constantly unfolding, splitting, diversifying itself into focal points of ever-expanding consciousness. Unending ripples of I am being brought forth into the space-time reality in order to experience individuality, disconnection, to play the game by being something other than itself in a dreamlike sequence. This is to learn about itself through the creative exploration within itself. I hope that I'm not losing you. A new perspective is achieved through this rich, infinite complexities and varying degrees of consciousness. These multiple timelines exist simultaneously right here, right now. And while we are busy getting caught up in pretending and self-forgetting in our conditioning, we will eventually rediscover who we are through the dissolution of the body-mind. Or we can do it now through self-inquiry, self-exploration. But when we hold on to phenomenal, impermanent things, we suffer for them. Because nothing in life is stable. It is constantly coming and going. There is no stability. Everything here is subject to change instead of the one that's witnessing the change. And through the suffering of our unconscious form identifications and attachments, we will aspire to come out of the hole that we've put ourselves in, our constrictions, our confinements, our limitations, suffering from a case of mistaken identity that was intentionally designed to create the possibility for our spiritual awakening into the ultimate truth of existence, which is to come face to face with our unseen, deathless nature, hidden behind the transient manifestations of life. Being a nobody is not an insult, a dirty word. It's a very misleading word in our society. It has a negative association with somebody who doesn't have any respectability, any power, social status, or success. But when I speak about being a nobody, I speak about it in the most highest understanding that has to be existentially understood. Because it is who we are at our deepest core beneath the superficial garment of flesh and bones. Our nobodiness is the same as saying our beingness or our presence. It's a transcendental space of unmanifested awareness. Who you are is not a thought. It's not a concept. It's not a feeling. It's not a person. It's not a thing. You are a non-dual background of all existence, abiding in all things. The more you dig into yourself, the more you will come to realize that there is no person there. The same way, if you look deep within an atom, you will find that it's empty space. It's a vast, infinite abyss. This is the 0 point where all potentialities spontaneously emerge from. It is the unfathomable silent space that has no separate existence. It's not a thing that could stand out apart from other things to exist. The paradox is nothingness has no existence because it was never created. But it allows everything else the possibility to exist. I'll tell you that there is no need to struggle for external validation, comparing and competing for the position of being a special somebody in the world. Your nobodiness is natural. It's effortless. You don't have to try to be a nobody. Your silence, stillness, your watchfulness, in and of itself is enough. That unassociated seeing. You exist as a more essential, subtler reality. It's non-physical. And when you turn your attention to that, the more you will find yourself free from the binds and the confines of the thinking mind. Behind your sense of individuality exists only pure light, a smokeless flame. But it is our vital energies through our social conditionings that have made a complete 180 turn. It has become invested in this narrow, exclusive identification with personhood. A psychological loop of self-referencing me and not me, constantly reinforcing separation. It is important to accept your inner nobodiness, tapping into the all-inclusive nature of this greater intelligence without the need of limitations. You're not burdened to a particular form or name or concept, or a struggle or fear or a sense of a personal story you hold about yourself. Don't allow the great fear to come into your mind and overtake it, to steal away your attention. This egoic identity, which is a shapeshifter, playing this chess game with your awareness. You must willfully enter into the impartial space of your inner emptiness that both surrounds you and is within you. It is your non-conceptual identity. It is your eternal, indestructible self. Do not be enamored with what you see, think, and experience, and forget who is doing the seeing, the thinking, the experiencing. The subtle reality behind everything that appears to be phenomenal. Awareness is not a state. You are not a state. You are not an object of experience, an image, a collection of thoughts. So you can never lose yourself or experience awareness because you are the witnessing awareness itself. That is an unperturbed dimension underneath the cosmic play of opposites.